But we know that most of you came here for one thing. And this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail. But there is one big difference with this game. It's that each of those characters is a real person. Because yes, Fallout 76 is entirely online.
What's up guys, Jenna here and back again for another video. And today, as you may have already seen the title or read the description or at least seen the introduction, we're going to be talking about Fallout 76 and some of my early thoughts about this experience. And yes, I paid full price for it because I found that if I was going to judge this game, the best way for me to judge it would be to dig deep into my pockets and pull out the cash and just pay for it and warm it up and pay for the damn thing. And believe it or not, I've actually had a lot of you good folk question, why did you do this, Gemma? Why did you contribute to Bethesda's bullshit? And I've got some answers. Now I'm going to try my best to provide a narrative that is somewhat balanced, and I don't want to be overly biased and say, you know, don't get the game, because there are people out there that really like it, and I would be a hypocrite if I stood here and said to you, Fallout 76 is crap, don't buy it, having not played it. But I have played it, and I've played it on my PS4 Pro. Now I have a couple of things to say that are going to lead into my narrative, and I'm going to pull from Digital Foundry's video whereby they tested Fallout 76 on every single console. I will grab some screens and I will link their video in the description. As you guys can see here, on the Xbox One X, there is a frame dip down to 12 frames per second. This should not be happening. This should not be happening. The PS4 the PS4 Pro dipped down to 15 frames per second. Are we serious? Are we f***ing serious? Why, man? Why? So I watched Digital Foundry's video and I found it very interesting as it gives you quantitative data to make up your mind as to whether or not Fallout 76 is going to be worth you diving into your pockets and whipping a nice 50 quid on the table. Now personally, I feel, I'm going to say this off the bat before we dive into the experiences, this is not worth £50, and I'm going to tell you why. I would have been all over this if it was a free game or if it was no more than £10. So I've laid my eggs on the table. Let's dive into the narrative. Please hit that subscribe button if you are new here, and definitely leave a like, and please share this video to Twitter using hashtag TheGebs24. I'm going to retweet every single one of you guys if you're awesome enough to do so for me, and let's get into it. So I've been playing this on my Pro, over here, away from stream, away from the Slim in the bedroom. I thought, if I'm going to experience this, it's going to be on the Pro. And as you guys know, we start off in the vault. Bethesda are using the exact same engine they use in Fallout 4, so it feels very outdated, and that becomes very apparent very early on. Now I will say this, you feel immediately the game, the experience, the vault feels lifeless, completely lifeless. There's not very many layers to it. It's pretty linear to getting from where you wake up to getting out of the vault. It can take you no time whatsoever, and there's not a lot of exploring to be done because most places you try to go tends to be locked or off limits, or then you're just kind of greeted with like a Vault Boy sign going like this, leading you from here to here, and very quickly you're out in the world. Okay, so boom. Now comparing that to others, say like Fallout 3, you spend a lot of time in the vault. There's a lot of things to do in the vault before you dive out onto the Wasteland, and I would have preferred that. Now I could have just stayed in the vault and killed time, but there's nothing to do in the vault. There is nothing to do. I also found Like in the vault, there's this little football pitch. Now here's a little attention to detail. This really pissed me off. There's this little football pitch and there's this little ball in the middle, and I went to go and kick it and my character just walked straight through the ball. And I kind of like, you know, you can go into first person or third, so I tried it in both to see if it was just me. And no, you literally walk through. And you'll also notice that with various other items, like there's loads of balloons in Vault 76, you can just fucking walk straight through them. The physics, and when you do manage to move them, the rate in which you speed through into the balloon to try and kick it, the physics don't match. What year is it? What year is it? What year is it? 2018, right? Like, come on. I used to think, I've been with Bethesda since Morrowind. And I've played every game, and I've been to every midnight opening, and I've loved it, and I've been hyped. So hyped. But I even went to their studios like last year, just rocked up at ZeniMax. I'm like, hi! That video, I'll probably link that video down below as well if you want to go and check that out. Like, I've been such a huge fan. Like, why would they put a game out that is so unpolished? So unpolished. So that's the vault. Then you get out into the Wasteland, and immediately on the Pro I noticed that the draw distance was absolutely shit. Fucking shit. Garbage. Like garbage. On the Pro it's even worse, according to, if you watch Digital Foundry's video, it is even worse on a standard PS4. It is even worse on a base Xbox One. Like seriously, like it's so bad. So don't get me wrong, there are some things that I do like. I love the colour palette. You can feel, I actually feel a lot of Skyrim in there. It's just a lot of the sounds and a lot of the plants, a lot of the kind of foliage. You know, I do feel Skyrim in there, so I like there's a small nostalgia connection with Skyrim, even though it's like from the Fallout franchise. So that's fine. So, you know, you get your little faffy quests. I really like the map actually, just when I'm talking about quests. You go into your map. That looks absolutely beautiful. It's got loads of colour on it. I much prefer that map style over Fallout 4 and Fallout 3. So that is a positive, okay? That is a little positive right here. You don't get a map. There's no map. They're just advertising more games inside. I'm like, oh, I wonder if you get a map. Oh no, it's just more advertisements for Doom Eternal. Cheers, mate. Let's just fucking sell more stuff. But anyway, okay, so then, you know, there's a few enemies that you can kind of kill and get used to the controls straight off the bat. By this point, you've got your Pip-Boy on. As ever, going into the Pip-Boy, going through the menus, it's the same layout as Fallout 4, so not a lot's updated there. It's very monotonous going into the menu system. It can be quite laborious at times and often unrewarding. But nonetheless, if you're a Fallout fan and you've got a spare 50 quid to spare, this could be something that you might really enjoy. Now, I'm continuing across the Wasteland, and one of my first tasks is to go to the Overseer's camp, and I managed to do that, but along the way I make different decisions to go off and check what's in that tower, go off over there and interact with this person. You know, there's little tidbits like if you sit down and play an instrument, you know, it lifts your mood, it replenishes your health a little bit. You know, there's little things that you can do to kind of boost yourself if you don't have any medication to hand or any food or anything like that. Little things I thought, yeah, okay. Graphics are absolutely crap. Detail, crap. Textures, crap. 3D rendering, crap. Like literally, I'm like texting my friend, and there was this one angle where I was looking up at the tree. I'll stitch the video and then I sent to him. And literally the branches just look like a flat piece of paper. And you can see the polygons on them, like, fucking hell, like, oh. I was shocked. I was like, this cannot be. This cannot be, like, this cannot be happening. So I thought, I'm gonna turn it off, right? I'm gonna turn it off, but then I carried on, okay? Now, we know you're in a server of up to 16 to 20 people, and I heard that, oh, the map is so big, you're not gonna bump into anyone. That's a load of crap. You do bump into people. You bump into plenty of people. The only NPCs that are around are like your ghouls, you know, there's various mechs, there's lots of different enemies like Todd Howard said there would be at E3. So, you know, that is pretty cool. You know, you can kill, move on, loot, da 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 da. And then when you actually come across players, that's when, for me, you know, the experience started to just tilt from absolutely crap to crap. You know, you met players, and the first thing you hear is loads of kind of gunfire, so you kind of navigate towards where the sounds are. And it's quite cool. I actually expected to be getting shot quite a bit. Out of the, you know, 7 or so people that I met, only one person tried to kill me, and then they just kind of walked off because they didn't succeed. And it was quite cool, and you can use the emojis when your camera cuts out. And I was saying, you know, you can utilise the emoji system to communicate with players, and then they'll do it back, and then they just kind of go off and you go off. Now we know that there are no NPCs and there are no quest givers, so to speak, which takes a massive layer out of the Fallout experience. You are given quests, there are various little things to do, but they're very, very basic, like cook a steak, you know, put this holotape in this terminal. It's kind of weird. You've got to craft, like crafting, there's a lot of emphasis on crafting, not just crafting, but like cooking and things like that. The difference I noticed in this is that crafting items, like items, there tends to be a lot of loot around because there seems to be so much emphasis placed on crafting that you're never short when you go into like a workstation. There's loads of items that you've collected within a short amount of time which enable you to craft, which enable you to cook. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good. I would have actually liked a little bit more of that in Fallout 4 because I flipping hated the crafting in Fallout 4. I hated the building. But I'm not as into this, like in terms of time. You know, I can't comment on VATs. You know, I haven't built anything yet. This is literally 2 hours of gameplay on my PlayStation 4 Pro, 4K HDR television, and I can firmly conclude that this game is not up to standard graphically. It is not up to standard. The servers, I've been kicked out once. You don't lose your progress, but if you were deep into a town, say the server kicks you out, you come back in and your character's placed like miles out of town, you know, the quests are still in, you know, everything that you acquired is there, but then you've got to walk back to exactly where you were, so you're kind of dumped in at random little places. I guess we can say, where's it gonna go? What are Bethesda gonna do? Are they gonna charge people to update this to get the DLC, additional DLC, quest, whatever? I hope not, because I'm telling you now, if that is the case, Elder Scrolls 6 can just do one. Like I read, and you may have read, that Elder Scrolls 6 is actually being developed on the same engine as Fallout 4. This could be is this the end of Bethesda? Like as a developer, not as a publisher? I don't know. I think a lot's going to hinge on Elder Scrolls 6. We'll see what comes. We'll see what happens. We don't know at this point if Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be this generation or if it's going to be next generation. We can speculate that Sony, well, because they're not going to be at E3 2019, will Bethesda come along and announce that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be out on the base PlayStation 4, or are we going to wait till 2020? Who knows? But to answer your question, should you buy this now? Don't bother. Seriously, wait till you can get it for £20 and under, or just don't even bother, or just borrow it off a friend. What a damn shame, even on the X and the Pro. What an absolute loss. So I hope I've answered many questions that you guys have been asking me on stream and on social media as to why did I buy it, what do I think. If you're still here in this video, please hit that sub button and please hit that like button. I would really appreciate to see you guys in the comment section below and in many videos to come. But for now, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Gemma. Take care. See you soon.